If you're thinking about selling your home, this is the video for you. Today, we're going to talk about the 6 common mistakes that sellers make when trying to sell their home. And let me tell you, these mistakes can lead to selling your home for less than top dollar, as well as leaving loopholes open for liability after the sale. And some of these mistakes will lead to just no sale at all. But I've got your back, so stay tuned. And I'm going to save the most important one for the end, so stick around to number 6. First up is accepting an offer too soon. Now this doesn't apply to every listing, but if your property is in that price point that appeals to the masses, and you're selling in a hot market like what we have going on today, then this definitely applies to you. Now I know it's exciting to get an offer or even 2 on day 1 or 2, but you do need to give serious buyers the time to come and tour your property and make an offer. Now, does this mean that you need to wait for a month? No, definitely not. In most cases, 4 to 5 days will do. A serious buyer will get out and see your property pretty quickly. So if you go onto the market and you get an offer on day 1 or 2, yes, be excited, but also pump those brakes. Let's give it a few more days to make sure everybody gets through. The first and second offer and multiple offer scenarios are usually not your highest offer. Those usually come with the third and the fourth offer, and then you can give that first and second buyer an opportunity to raise their price. Second is waiting too long to reduce your price. Now this might seem contradictory since we just talked about waiting to accept an offer, but this advice applies to listings that are either in that not so hot market, or they're not priced to appeal to the masses, or it's in a location or has a condition that also doesn't appeal to a broad spectrum of buyers. For most properties, the best data that we have on what a property will sell for is the feedback that we get once we're actually on the market. So if you find yourself on the market and it's been a few weeks, it might already be time to adjust. You'll want to consult with your agent. There are many factors that go into this. How many showings are you getting in comparison to what a listing of your price point would normally experience? What is the feedback from the showings from the buyers that have taken the time to come and tour your property? And also, what's happening with your competition? Are they selling? Are they also sitting on the market? So have that conversation with your agent. But after that conversation, it's the tendency for most sellers to want to wait before they make that adjustment, and you don't want to rack up those days on the market to get your best price. Many sellers will say, I'm not in a hurry, and that's a great position to be in, but at the same time, a fast sale is usually a high sale, and a slow sale is usually a low sale. Third, we're going to talk about reports and disclosures. So we used to always wait until we got into escrow to do any inspections or fill out any of those long disclosure forms. But these days, more and more buyers are expecting to see that information up front, especially when they're coming from the Bay Area or Southern California, where a lot of our buyers come from these days. There it is the standard practice to have these things ready for the buyer up front. And it is also a great practice for you if you want to get into escrow and not worry about renegotiating the price, renegotiating repairs, or potentially even the buyer backing out after they find out what's on those disclosures and inspection reports. So it's a great idea these days to go ahead and order all your inspections up front before you even go on the market and fill out your disclosure forms as well. Fourth up is all about your property condition. So there are 3 main factors to selling a property, and I'll hit on those just a little bit later. One of those is condition, and that really is completely up to you. But you should seek the advice of a fantastic agent that can help walk you through either reducing clutter. Sometimes staging is really needed to show a home in its best potential. Sometimes we can work with what you already have in the home. In most cases we can, but we usually need to reduce a little bit. And sometimes even minor cosmetic repairs can make a huge difference in your price. So you'll want to consult. We never want to see you put any of your time or your money into anything that isn't going to bring you a great return on investment. But you might be surprised what little steps you can take on your property condition to bring back twice as much as what you've spent in return on investment, and also lead to that faster sale, which we mentioned was the higher sale. The 5th mistake a lot of sellers make is pricing above the comps. It's so easy want to do that. We all pick the real estate that we pick because we love it the most out of any other homes on the market at that time. So there might be something we love about the property that isn't something that appeals to most buyers, and we see that as a value. So even when I'm selling my own real estate, sometimes I have an inflated idea of what it should be. Realistically, we need to look at the comps. There aren't always comps that are exactly like your property, but an appraiser will look at the size, they will look at the condition, they will look at the location, as well as the lot. Is it usable? Does it have a view? What are the other amenities? So we need to analyze all this and be realistic about not only where it can appraise, but what are most buyers going to be willing to pay for the property. So it's hard to do that, but it is a very important factor. Every day on our Realtor Hot Sheet, there's a list of homes that didn't sell, and often it's because they were priced above the comps. Okay, we made it to our sixth and final mistake. But before I go over that, I mentioned there were three most important factors into selling a property. When these three things come together, the property will sell, and that's price, condition, and marketing. So I've talked about 2 out of 3, and the third one is marketing. And our sixth mistake that most sellers make, and the biggest one, is hiring the wrong agent. A great agent with outstanding marketing and negotiation skills can make all the difference for you. Not only can they guide you through the pitfalls of numbers 1 through 5, but they can help you with things like disclosures that protect you after the sale or protect you from a buyer being able to potentially walk away during the sale. And there are so many other factors that go into selling property these days. A great agent will walk you through every step of that process. A great agent will work with all the 40-some professionals that are involved in a real estate sale these days and give you all the advice that you need to line up your price, your condition, and your marketing to bring you top dollar and the best terms. And even if you're not selling a property around here in the Paso Robles wine country area, we know fantastic agents all over the country. We network with agents in every state, so don't ever hesitate to reach out to ask to be introduced to a phenomenal agent anywhere in the country. So there you have it. Selling your home does not have to be a nightmare if you avoid these mistakes and contact us. And if you're wondering what's going on in the current real estate market, click the link below to watch our April 2023 market update. If you're watching this video a little later, just go back to the homepage of our YouTube channel and find the playlist for market updates, and we'll have all that information for you right there. Thanks for watching. Bye.